Welcome everyone. I start by wishing you all a very fruitful, fantastic, abundant, beautiful 2024. So we're going to talk about the forecast of 2024 in this short video. So 2024 is a very fast-paced year. This is the kind of year that you will look back and say, this is the year that changed it all. It has some Big Bang astrology, and I will get right into it without wasting a lot of your time, because I know you're all probably busy with all the celebrations. So firstly, Pluto is moving into Aquarius. So Pluto is going to do this dance where it goes in and out of Aquarius. 2023 was there for 3 months. 2024 it's going to be there for 9 months, and then it's in November of 2024 it sits for a while. So Pluto is a Big Bang planet. It packs a punch and brings like complete rebirth. The last time Pluto was in Aquarius, we had all sorts of revolutions, the American Revolution, the French Revolution. So Aquarius is the sign that brings it talks about community, it talks about technological advancements, and Pluto is going to shift and change everything in order to take it in the direction of community and technological advancement, and anything that's in the way will of course be transformed, because Pluto will bring transformation and will bring it with a big punch. So that is anything that's not in alignment is bound to clear, and of course we have been prepared for this alignment. We've been talking about this for a while, so here it comes. So this is a year to really center in and stay in your center, so that all the transformations will continue to happen, to allow it to happen. Now again, there is another big movement where in April, so our North Node is in Aries. North Node is the direction the collective is going in, because this is the general forecast for the collective and for Gaia. So North Node being in Aries, and it's conjunct Chiron. Chiron is the wounded healer. It's the asteroid that brings out the deepest wounds of the self when it's in Aries. And so for you to look at, but also as we collectively go into the North Node of Aries, which is conjunct Chiron, and then the Aries Libra eclipses, which start in April, and then this entire year the eclipse theme is around the Aries Libra axis, which is about me and the collective. How do I show up in the collective? How does the collective show up for me? How do I fit into the collective and in this new collective that's forming, that's shifting, that's changing? And how do I heal the wounds of the self, meaning any kind of victim wounds or any kind of deep ancestral ancient wounds? All of that will come up for healing, so that at the end of the healing we work around what works for us, for ourselves, and what works for us in terms of what works for our collective. So we have that playing out starting April and throughout the 3 eclipses. So there's going to be April is a big month of changes as well. We also have Jupiter moving into Taurus in May. So Taurus is of course fixed earth, it's Gaia, and Jupiter expands everything it touches. So so we're going to have while Aries is still conjunct Chiron, so we're going to have some major shifts in finances and the way finances work, which we've been talking about throughout 2023. So yes, that is going to play out in 2024 and continue to for the rest of the year once and then Jupiter keeps moving signs, and then Jupiter eventually moves into Gemini towards the end, and that brings a lesson in duality. So again, Jupiter expands everything it touches, and in Gemini, it explains to us about the duality of our soul, how we are divine beings, and that we don't want to forget the fact that we are divine beings, but we also don't want to forget that we're having a human experience. And how do we combine the two? By our work on earth, by what we do every day on earth, whether it's our divine mission or whether it's the work you do in the physical or the work you do on a daily basis, if you are at home and taking care of your children or whatever it is you're doing, your divine mission and purpose, is it aligned with the good of the collective? Whatever you're doing, is it helping the collective or is it not helping the collective? So that's a big theme for looking at the consciousness of the task, of the mission, of the everyday, and what is in alignment, what's not in alignment, and how we can bring it in alignment, and whatever is not in alignment will be released in order to be transformed, which is a big message of here, and how through all of that we can all achieve a higher harmony and the balance on the polarity of duality. And remembering to always choose the light, because this is a dimension of duality and we are faced with both forces. So how do we choose the light? Now there's a very important message around water with Saturn still being in Pisces, which it has been and it continues to be for a little bit. An understanding that water actually carries memories of what happens in the consciousness of the beings of Earth and Gaia, and the fact that it has its own consciousness. Any kind of experiment done on water, and you may be familiar with Emotos or many others, of how any energy put towards water will shift the crystal of the water to make it perfect. And then if it is polluted, then you can again reshift it, and it is adaptable. So remember that the water element is the element of the emotions within our conscious and, more importantly, the unconscious mind, which drives the conscious mind. So working around respecting the waters and that are within you and without, which is the waters of Gaia. And another beautiful thing that I learned from my shaman teacher is about bless the water. Whenever you see the water, bless the water, because if it has been polluted, it can also be blessed and shift. And so whenever you see the water, bless it, because it'll carry the memory of everything that has happened on Earth. And as you bless that water without, bless the water within, because we are like more than 70% water in our bodies and our emotions, and it's important to stabilize these emotions in this year so we can be in our center, so that whatever quick changes are happening, that we are aligned, doing our thing on purpose, on task, on mission. Remember that Plutonian energies are intense, they are not easy. We have had way more solar flares and a much higher class of solar flares just in the last 3 months, and the new blue light that's coming in November, and all of that is increasing the intensity and amping it up, and time is amping up too. So I just want you to remember that, how important that piece is of being in the center, and remembering that, working towards, if something is not in alignment, allow it to shift. When we don't allow things to shift, that's when Plutonian energy feels harsh. But other than that, hopefully it brings and propels our Gaia into wherever it needs to go through the breakthroughs. So once again, welcome to 2024. May it be bright, beautiful, purposeful, divine, filled with light for you. Happy New Year.